Hey guys, welcome back. It's Grimreaper coming at you for another video for Raidshadowlegends. Hopefully you're doing well, and hopefully you're looking after yourselves and having a great start to the week. Damn, I've been busy over the weekend with personal life. The wife is fairly doing okay. She's not out of the woods yet. The baby is doing really well. So a quick update on my ladies in real life and stuff like that. But anyway, let's get into today's video. Don't want to be sloppy or anything like that. We are going to do part 2 of I build them so you don't have to. And this one is a very interesting request. This is from Insidious. And he is asking, can I do a champion showcase on RAGASH to see if he's still viable for arena content? So that is a very nice to see this viable question, and I guess we are going to go and answer that today. So big shout out to Sidious and stuff like that, and a big shout out to Matt Kappa, who is sadly retired from Raidshadowlegends. So we're going to carry on a series in his departure of Raidshadowlegends. So what does RAGASH do in his kit? He's been around for a while. A lot of people do have him because he was a former champion for guaranteed, and everyone kind of slept on him. And honestly, a lot of people still do sleep on him. He's definitely lost some value in arena because he's just been power creeped kind of out of it. And Mythicals have not helped with that. Narcissus has not helped with him either. So what does he do? Well, he's the defense base. He attacks one enemy 2 times, but it's a increased defense on himself for 2 turns. Then on his A2, he attacks all enemies. He places a 100% defense down once booked, and a 100% stun on a 3-turn cooldown as well. Then on his A3, he has a increased speed, perfect veil, and strengthen on him for 4 turns. This guy is very, very solid, and at each start, it will place a provoke on the champion with the highest attack, so he's very, very solid with this, and inflict 20% more defense for anyone who's got higher defense than him. So him having very high HP is going to be a trick. So we're going to go ahead, take him into the arena and see what he can do into arena in today's meta. Okay, so I've gone ahead and put a team together, and I suppose we're kind of splitting the team, right? So we have Armads in here as the CC and Trial Control champion. We have the Turn Meter Boost champion, which these two are speed tuned together. And then we have some extra CC going, and I suppose everyone has her. You could also probably use Marius here as well as a good option for like increased accuracy. And then he's obviously going to do the nuke. And obviously the increased accuracy will actually benefit his A2. Now we haven't built any accuracy on them, but it could be kind of cool to kind of see that increased accuracy ability for against like other defense based nukers, etc. We do have some sheep in here, so we need to be careful with that sheep. Obviously, he is quite immune to sheep if you build him with accuracy. I personally don't build him with accuracy. I just try and CC much as possible whilst dealing with the other situations. So we're going to go ahead and do this. Marius will counter attack here, which is fine. We're going to go ahead and shoot Marius to do all that. We're then going to do the ally attack to Podri, so we can deal with that. Obviously, we didn't go to plan. We're going to play the A3 here, which will give us more survivability and strengthen. We'll let Kaimar burn off his stone skin, so that's fine. Obviously, she's going to take some stick from the Marius there. We'll play that. Oh, I didn't realize we had the enfeeble on me there. And then we're going to do the nuke. So you see there, average nuke. Like so. And the E1. And then we will just get rid of his torment, like so. And it wasn't the cleanest of fights, but, you know, it's definitely still doable with this. And I do like how we can put up the increased defense as well, which is going to be super nice. Now, this is a fairly average team, and to be fair, like this is like probably the average team that you're going to find now in Classic Arena. Obviously UDK is a bit annoying for him. Mythicals are a whole new level and a whole new breed. I guess we can take on something like this as well, which way we've got Rantu coming in with Hefra, etc. The strength could be quite nice with like Go Second Teams, which I will showcase with you guys probably like after this fight. And then we can have a look at like what I'll do differently, etc. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to go and polish off that stone skin. I was going to do the ally attack, but it was fine. And then you just come in and get sheeped. And that is the downside of him. So you can see here we've only got 2 sheep. One of them are 6-star. Unfortunately, we can still win this, but it's a bit annoying to deal with. And again, it's not the strongest of teams, so we will be able to kind of nick this. As long as this Songwon doesn't screw me here. Which is going to plan so far. And then our man's just going to clean us up because this team is pretty weak overall. So I would like to see a bit more. Did face us max out one the other day, actually, who nuked me pretty hard. Okay, so he's really good against In Harmony. He's kind of bad against Rhodas, if I'm honest. So we'll probably need to bring in... Let's bring in like a Go Second Team, right? We all bring in a Duchess. We're bringing a Duchess. Guess we can bring him in UDK. I suppose we leave Lady M in, I guess, because the ally attack would be quite nice for the increased defense on E1, right? And then being able to stun and strip, etc., might be a bit better on. He's got quite a bit of sheep in his team. Very strong account. I think he's like level 50 or something in global live arena. So very solid account overall. This person knows what he is doing for sure. So I'm going to go ahead to try and put the skills on cooldown, which is fine. And we'll let them do their thing. There's no point doing a strip anyway, because you can see here they got quite a bit. So we're going to use the A3 for the strengthen and increase speed, because obviously we don't have an increased speed champion in here. We're going to play the ally attack to try and come in with some damage and increase defense. Now we need to, when you face other defense-based nukers, you want them to let them do their stuff, right? For example, let her do a defense down, let her get rid of the strengthen and shields, etc., which you can see there we've been a bit unlucky with. So I'm actually going to go ahead and try and remove the shields to give me a little bit of more visibility, but unfortunately we're not that lucky enough. You can see there we took quite a bit of damage out. Even with strengthen, we did take quite a bit out. And In Harmony took a lot of damage against RAGASH here. So unfortunately, it looks like the sheep is just going to hold me in this fight for a good 5-10 minutes, which is not what we want to see. But you can see that this team is very, very strong. Obviously, he's got a relentless Marishka, which is going to be very annoying. And to be honest, I think the sheep will probably just get me screwed me over, if I'm honest. Which, you know, it has that effect on us, and that's why we want to see sheep nerfed, but player room still won't nerf it. Unfortunately, we're gonna pretty much not be able to do much here. That did give us a little bit. No, okay, there's not much we can do when we are getting sheeped. Unfortunately, I'm gonna go back in there. We're gonna try Necrid instead, because Necrid would be a bit better for this. I didn't want to bring Necrid in because, you know, it's not as viable, but he does do the ally attack, which is pretty nice, and also add a bit more survivability to our UDK. who's, you can see, definitely needed it against that in Harmony. So again, we need to let them die everything out. Obviously, lockout would be more better idea in here as well. There's no denying that as well. Like lockout would be very good. I would definitely bring in the UDK as well. So we're gonna do the ally attack into Marishka. I mean, surely this time we don't get sheeped. And like so you can see why a lot of people don't use him as much, because sheep is just a problem for him. And you can see it's basically kind of throws him back a little bit. The power creep definitely has hurt him as well quite a bit. We got the ally attacking back again, so we're going to try that out. Now, if you have a 6-star blessing, then I think this is when the game changer is, because personally, the only time where I see RAGASH being used now is when people have a 6-star sheep, 6-star blessing. If they have a 6-star blessing for him, people start using him. And you do see him quite regularly with like empowerment and level 2 blessings. But you can see here, we just can't get the damage off. It's way too slow. Marishka's running rings around me at the heals, and it's just not so strong as the way we'd like it to be, right? So he definitely is limited with everything. Even if we try lockout, it's not going to do anything else. I just don't have enough damage to do what I want to do. It's a very solid team, right? Is he viable? Yes. Does he need a good blessing? Yes, he really needs a good blessing. We'll try tack on this one here. We got Marishka as well here. And like so, I'm actually going to drop UDK in here. And then we'll bring in the Warlord just to give me a little bit more of a chance to, I suppose, win this, right? Like, it's not super easy available, but is he gold 5 available? Gold 5 Nuka, that's the thing. And I think that's what it is. Like, this guy carried me in live arena for actually a long time, right? He carried me definitely up there with the best of the best. Anyway, we're going to try and take us on. You see there, it's like so. We have higher defense there, so we're able to nuke them. Did one shot on that Harmony, which is pretty nice. There's something we can do against Stone Skin. You do see here, I have got like live harvest on this. It's pretty solid for go second teams. And then we're just waiting for this Stone Skin as well to kind of shift. I guess him not having a good way against Stone Skin as well can kind of, I guess, hold him back a little bit. Because there is a lot of nukers now that has that option to get around Stone Skin, etc. Even Marius, I guess, and everyone get him for free. So we're going to go ahead, still trying to keep this on. We have increased defense, which he put on himself, which is pretty nice. I guess we'll take out her because there's no other option. And then we just want to wait for that passive. So we're going to do the ally attack. I think Warlord should take his turn and have lockout ready. And you see there, you can see there, we killed him, right? But then he revived. Our Warlord was just a fraction off the speed. And you'll see everyone else come back here. The Veils on Eva is honestly very annoying, but it's doing a job. And you see here the destroyed HP actually is also doing its job, even with Marishka in the same team. Like so. And like so. I guess we will try him in a minute with a different style of team, which might, you know, kind of make him more valuable. He's definitely a better live arena champion than classic arena, I guess, because you're not so much worried about time when it comes to that type of content. Like so, and then if we can target someone, we'll target her. And if we can get a turn. So I do like ally attack with him because obviously it's pretty solid. And he definitely allows you to use that defense down as well. So yeah, you can see there clean up pretty nicely. 3-minute fight though, not exactly what you want to see. And it was honestly as well, it's not so much of a strong team, but you can see on the top of the arena, it's definitely still a problem for sure. You can see here this style of team as well, which would be a hassle for us. So we can try something like him, Warlord, I guess. Actually, we're gonna try a Kai'Ma, which we do have. I think my Warlord speed tuned, I think. I guess we'll find out when it cut in. And then we're bringing RAGASH again here. So we got the increased defense, the lockout, the reset, and the nuke, right? Which is pretty much the good way to go overall. See there? Yeah, I'm not speed tuned. There's not much I can really do about that, except from bringing in Armads, to be honest. Let's try again with Armads. Armads should definitely be able to deal with it. I'm gonna have to get locked out either way because it's in stone skin, so let's test it, right? We'll go in, yeah, we'll come here with Kai'Ma again. And then we'll use the Armads as well, I guess, as the Warlord replacement. I think he only had 1 stone skin, if I'm not mistaken. So he's got 3 stone skins. So we're definitely going to get locked out somewhere, because I'm going to have to sheep him. I guess this is not the right style of team to kind of be showcasing against. Lockout hurts him quite badly. Right, okay, so let's try a different team then. So we have a Taurus here. We'll try something like this, where we've got the Kai'Ma for the reset, Armad, Sifi, and RAGASH as well. It's good to kind of show him at the top of arena, because you guys can kind of see what's going on and what's what. You can see if you use them against Go second team, it's very hard to use them, honestly. So we're going to do the A3 there. You can see it's pretty effective on that. On the speed teams. And then you go ahead and you do it again. So, you know, with speed teams, you can kind of, well, he's only level 92, but on speed teams, he can definitely do a job, right? Something like this as well. You come in, drop him. Yeah, we go Sifi up to Warlord, because we would need to drop. Yeah, we can come in Sifi. We need to lock them all out, basically. So for speed teams, he's viable for sure, especially if you can bring increased defense. If you can't bring an increased defense, then your best bet after that, I guess, is ally attack, right? Which we kind of showcase in the other teams. But he's just gold 5 nuker now, like gold 5, low arena, lower levels. If you can get some good stats. Again, he's not a champion that I would build like straight away if I had to pick someone to build on nukers. If they got a decent blessing like level 4 and down, then he's definitely viable. But I still think like Dragon and In Harmony are just so much more superior when it comes to using them, unfortunately. So yeah, we will see on what's what. We'll test him again in another team. Is he a bad champion? No, he's still a great nuker. He can definitely still do some damage. He's just been power crept, right? And that is a simple answer. So what happens if you don't have a increased defense then, like Sifi? What if you don't have a Sifi? What do you do then? Because like after that, it's like, what can you do? I guess another thing you can try, which we can find once we can find the right team, is drop Sifi, and then you still go in somewhere like Speed or Speed Aura, for example, like that. I guess he really needs a lockout, right? Like a go second team like this with a lockout on a Warlord, which is gonna be super nice, and then you can do a allied tag like Lady M, and then use him as a nuker. I think that generally works a lot better. But you'll need a lockout with him because if they buff up, it's much harder to kill him. And I will tell you that. I don't know why my Lady M is faster on Warlord, or why Warlord should be faster. But that's definitely a interesting one. Anyway, we go like that. You can see there, unfortunately, we are proccing Swift Parry. Like so. A1. So yeah, you can still use against the right go second teams, but you're gonna need a lockout. Like if you can lock them out, you can see here this team is basically done and toast. Which there's no denying that. You can see there we've still got the increased defense. It's not as strong as the teams again. But honestly, the strongest teams are mythicals. And then you can do the ally attack again into this one. Sweet. I'm just gonna go ahead and check my Warlord build quickly, and we'll showcase a few more teams after that. Okay, so yeah, Warlord is fine. I don't know what happens, but all the gear is there. We're gonna take on this team now. We're gonna use Armads and then swap Duchess in because we can't use Warlord here because I'll probably just get outran on the speed, and I don't have stone skin on everyone, so we're just gonna have to use Armads, and more people have Armads anyway than using Warlords, which I guess can kind of show you that he can also be used in like a go second team via this team. So we're going to open with the ally attack to make sure that we get the increased defense and kill anyone that we can. And then we're going to go ahead and put up a fails. Again, you don't have to use Duchess if you don't want to. We're going to go ahead and sheep him because he's just been reset and he is quite bad against us. Because again, we also have sheep as well, so it's bolster on me. So he will screw me over if I leave him in this. Armads doesn't get stunned for some reason, which is kind of interesting, but our Armads will come in. He's a Swift Parry Armads. That's the first time seeing Swift Parry Armads. That's kind of a waste. Pinpoint, I understand. Right, so we're going to go ahead and we'll take him out at A1, 50k, 54k, as you see, pretty nice, not too shabby at all. I would go press auto, but he is a bit of an annoying one when it comes to auto. So you can see there, again, not a super solid team, can deal with that as well. But this is when he'll have a bit of a problem. Like a champion like this is a problem for him. So that's why I wouldn't take on her with that team. And honestly, we're quite high up, so it's hard to find very good teams to try on. Like Taurus and Marishka will just basically like destroy you, right? Like you don't have much options against Taurus Marishka, but we can try something like this. I'm gonna go ahead, drop her, and use Necrid instead because Necrid is slightly a bit better for this style of team. But we shouldn't be able to beat this team with my champions, even with the mechanics working for us. So, for example, we're going to do lockout there, which will stop nuking me, and like so. And you'll see there, we straight away we just get CC'd right straight off the bat with the truth here, which is annoying, and that hurts for sure. I didn't waste the ally attack. I suppose we could have tried doing an ally attack, but it's one of the ones. And you'll see with these style of teams, you're just going to get stalled very, very long because we just don't have enough damage to kind of make this work. Unless it's a very weak team. So you can see there he took most of the damage coming in, which he's going to carry on receiving the damage. Going to do the ally attack into Orishka when he gets sheeped. Taurus actually doing me a favor there. And then we'll take out Sifi with A1. A1 there. I think we've done very well actually to take this team down. I didn't think we would. I think this team was going to be a bit too strong. And you can see we are basically nearly out of this because he's got his A3 ready, but he's got no buffs. We're going to lock him out anyway. So that's what I mean. You need that lockout, right? You need that increased defense as well. Like you can use his A1, which would be quite useful. Let me go ahead and put the ally protection on thingy as well. The A1's pretty nice with Finite. I have made a Finite team with him in the past, which you can go ahead and check out as well. But there is RAGASH Showcase, right? RAGASH is looking pretty solid. Let's see if we can find just one more team to play with in our today's showcase. Okay, let's try them up against like Freya, etc., which was be quite amusing. Let's put Arbiter in here and then Sifi in here as well. You could go Necrid still here. He would be very good. And I guess we're coming with our Armads and try not get outran because he's probably got just as good speeder. Yeah, so we're faster. In speed teams, he definitely is very strong, right? Don't think you need to worry about him too much in speed teams, especially if you have a Sifi. But I suppose it's like in Harmony, right? Would I use him without increased defense? Yes, but you'll need to bring in a fast ally attack. Lady M, a Necrid. Everyone can access Lady M, so there's no really need to kind of worry about like trying to comment and saying I don't have these two champions. You're gonna get her at some point. Just be patient, right? We can go ahead, come in. I think we got a weak hit there. He is strong affinity for Freya. That's the second Swift Perry I've seen today. Lol. Okay, let me try this. Try that. Knock his 10 meter back, maybe? No. I don't know if I've got Eagle Eye on his masteries. No, I don't actually. Okay, cool. Now we just need to deal with this Freya, right? We need to deal with this Freya, and then we can make this work. Freya actually doing some damage as well. Interesting. Kind of looking forward to getting Freya. Not gonna lie. Oh, Armads, why have you done that? Oh, you're dumb. Didn't need to do that at all, bro. This is why I haven't been pressing auto. I hate using Armads for showcase. Oh, mamma mia. Armads, no more sheeping. We don't like sheep. There we are. 31k. It's average numbers, isn't it? It's average numbers. All right, let's go look at his build, and then I'll show you a few things I would change if I had the gear. Or I suppose so which gear would be more of the blessings, actually. Right, so this is his build then, right? He's in Savage build. Ignore defense build is the way to have him, for sure. I actually think he'd be stronger in Merciless in this starter team. I don't have good Stone Skin available at the moment for his build, so it's why he's not in Stone Skin. And also, he's quite fairly fast, so I don't actually need him to do much, right? I think like he's quite fairly easy to say that he's a great support champion as well as nuker, and that's where RAGASH is better than most nukers, like with Duchess and stuff with Lyrina, when you're trying to look for the perfect time to do that A2. For sure, he is a great champion for that. And I don't want to bash him too hard because I'll be honest, if I had a level 4 or a level 5 blessing, I think he'd be in all teams again. I think generally, if I had a level 4 blessing, the extra critical damage, which is going to be 38 critical damage, I feel like he would be back in my arena squad team for gold 4, just because I have a hard time against Inharmony. I could see the use with him and team synergy with him with Marius. I could definitely see that with the accuracy up, being able to land that defense down and getting that strip before he does his nuke will be fantastic as well. So if you have a Marius, then yeah, go ahead, check that out. Again, Marius will bring that increased defense as well, which will always give you that increased defense. So 2 abilities going to be super strong. You can see here we're going with 260 speed, just more or less, 6,500 defense, 300 critical damage, and then a little bit of accuracy as well, which are the stats we generally want. I can oil a bit more again, but it's one of them ones, like, I'm quite happy with his build. For his blessing, I would go sheep level 6. But I actually think that Life Harvest is probably his next best blessing of a like cruelty, maybe for P versus E, or even a lightning cage if you wanted to protect the stone skin a bit more, the buffs that he puts on himself, etc. But you're kind of playing with fire with King Narcissus in low arena, so it's kind of what I'm looking at. Harvest cast might be okay as well, but I definitely think that in Go second teams you should be trying to bring in Life Harvest somewhere. It stacks pretty nicely and it destroys teams overall. So you can see here, these are the masteries. We've got Shield Breaker because it's Shield Champions. Doesn't need that extra damage, especially if it goes up against a Fala or something like that. Again, we got the Optimus, Cycle of Violence, and Hammer Smasher, and then Retribution for that A1. This is one of my strongest Savage sets, honestly. And overall, he's just gold 5, lower level, live arena champion. We're talking like level 3 and lower, and then probably 3 versus 3 as well. Definitely think he could be amazing actually for Siege if you have like the champion Unity and Marius. There would be a nice combo together as well, especially if you have the mythicals for Skinwalker, which is like Mesmer, etc. That could definitely work because he can be used as a support champion. You could use him as like an increased speed champion instead of as a nuker. Anyway, that's it for me. Would I still use RAGASH? Depending on your counts, obviously. I think he's still a great nuker. I would probably give him like a 4.5 out of 5 for nukers as it goes. He's definitely not someone that I would be using regularly in my account, sadly, unless I happen to pull like a 6-star blessing for him and then he comes back in all teams, and then I probably would love him. I do have a lot of love for this guy because I've used him for a long time. I've kind of phrased him up my teams now because I just don't feel like I can pump enough damage stats into him. If I can go towards 8,000 defense, I probably would think about using him again. Anyway, that's it for me. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I've been Grim. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.